that. Yeah, that's on the recording.
What was that?
Capitalism, why everyone would benefit from it. What would you do if America were a socialist society or under a dictatorship? Over the past 4 years, I have invested my funds in a certificate of deposit, which has a fixed rate over a limited term and has an interest in my savings. Individuals are empowered by capitalism to transform ideas into reality and drive advancement. Capitalism is crucial, which allows individuals to have financial freedom over anything. The problem with capitalism is that it tends to treat essential needs as commodities for profit, rather than addressing them as fundamental human necessities. The solution to this is to create housing from an asset to a right, food from a product to a common good, and healthcare from a product to a social good. The benefits of this is to create to prove to the well-being of the people over profit. Now let's find out why capitalism might be a problem. The very big problem with capitalism is the cost of common commodities such as food, housing, and healthcare. First things first, have you ever seen a bakery throw away perfectly good food? It happens all the time, and I will tell you that the food is destroyed more times than not because it's not profitable to sell, as stated by the FDA. The estimated food waste loss in the United States is between 30 and 40%, which corresponds to about 133 billion pounds and $161 billion worth of food in 2010. Also, they'd rather have quantity over quality, resulting in ultra-processed foods being pushed increasingly, as stated by Colson. Nearly 75% of all U.S. food supplies ultra-processed foods. Now, housing is a very expensive commodity as the market continues to grow every single day. One of the biggest reasons is that the price of rent continues to increase, leading to more evictions in apartments, as it states in the GAO. The court record states that 7.8 evictions were given per 100 residents. Also, the Housing American Society showed that the physical eviction rate is 5.3%, also stated by Whitney. In McAllen, a single-family home would range from $163,000 to where it would be 12 times that in San Jose, California, at over $1 billion.
Who's Whitney?
Finally, healthcare can be hard for someone who is struggling financially to get even the simplest of healthcare services. Some of the causes are that healthcare lends more to profit than the well-being of patients, and private companies oversee healthcare services, which would then get rid of regulation. According to Basri, in 2023, the U.S. spent about $13 trillion on healthcare, which is 176 of the gross domestic product. And the main reason is that the privatization of hospitals stops low-income individuals from getting adequate health care, which would lower medicine costs and a whole slew of other things. Next, how can we fix these problems? The solution, according to Basri, in 2023, the U.S. spent about $13 trillion on health care, which is 176 of the gross domestic product. And the main reason is that the privatization of hospitals stops low-income individuals from getting adequate health care, which would lower medicine costs and a whole slew of other things. Next, how can we fix these problems? The solution to these problems that were stated, which should be making housing a right, giving healthcare as a social good, and making food a common good. Finally, Firstly, having housing as a basic minimum would be superb for someone who is not in a very good financial position. Going then security and in living. That's why we should figure out ways to combat the market failures in housing, as stated by Boss and me. The Road to Housing Act, which will increase affordable housing by helping cities. Next, having food is essential for everybody's daily life. That is why we should support community-supported agriculture to connect directly with the consumer, as stated by Ruse. Community-supported agriculture is where a consumer buys a share of farm's harvest in return for their share. They receive vegetables and other produce. Finally, healthcare, where every patient is important, just like the last one. This is why we should shift away from a fee-for-service model, which encourages volume over quantity and fees more on quality, as stated by McAllen. The focus serving as the federal level for healthcare would be about $300 billion. From 2014 to 2023, long-term savings from better care, which save around $1 trillion. If healthcare and its finances were able to fulfill the needs of the patient and use measures that align with them. Next, what are the benefits of these ideas? There are many benefits of these, as it supports the well-being of people instead of focusing on profit. Firstly, the benefits of the community-supported agriculture, which would have secure access to sufficient healthy food and support local food systems through connection, as stated by Ruse. The shared payments have increased accessibility for low income members of the CSA community. Community-supported agriculture donates to low-income families or homeless shelters. Next, the benefits of having affordable housing would be a dream for everybody, and it would come true. As stated by Metcalf and Garcia, the Road Act will promote house building with federal funds that would improve the rate of home building, promote and fill housing, and preserve and create new homes in low-income areas. The Road Act would also lift the cap on the Public Housing Authority. Finally, when you focus on the quality of your patient and healthcare, the patient would be happier, as stated by AKU. The reasons that the quality assurance matters is improved patient safety, reducing costs by preventing and lowering incidents, and data-driven decisions where the heads can make data-driven decisions. Then we can revive quality assurance in healthcare by engaging staff, investing in leadership, and leveraging technology. Finally, we can look at what we can take from this. What we have talked about today